Wow, I am so honored to be speaking on behalf of my family as a part of the Growing Bigger and Moving Smaller initiative at Congregation Beth Tikvah. This past Shabbat, I was invited to speak at the synagogue. It was my first time back post-COVID, and boy, it was really incredible to experience things again for the first time. Approximately 4 years ago, I stood in that very same place and I gave a little speech at the board Shabbat. Little did I know what was heading our way and how much would change. Yet the words, the story, and the message has remained the same. My name is Keren Ritter, and for those of you that don't know me very well, I thought we could start with a little bio of my life so far, just to make us a little bit more familiar with each other. I was born in freezing cold Winnipeg, Manitoba, to two hardworking and amazing parents. They packed up from Israel without knowing a word of English, so that my mother could teach Hebrew and Yiddish in a growing Jewish community in Canada. Their destination was always Montreal, since my father's brother lived there. Since Winnipeg looked so close on a map, they figured why not? They immigrated there and started their family. By the time I was in grade 5, my parents, along with my spectacular older brother, moved to Montreal, where I grew up in Côte Saint-Luc. I received a Jewish education, which I truly believe has contributed to this feeling that I am special simply because I am Jewish. And I love that feeling. So let's do this quickly. I graduated with a Master's of Science in Speech and Language Pathology in 2001. I met my husband from Dollar des Ormeaux all the way in Cancun, Mexico. I married my souvenir from that trip in 2004. I was blessed to become a mother in 2006, and I stand here today before you, a mother of 3 fantastic girls, 46 years old, and very, very grateful, soaking up every minute. I have been on the board at Beth Tikvah since 2008. So why does a woman who has 3 daughters, a fluffy dog, a growing private speech therapy clinic, and an aspiring gym schedule find it necessary to volunteer the time she has, or rather the time she doesn't have enough of? The best way to answer this is by recalling a conversation I had with a friend about 9 years ago. It was a beautiful summer day and we were sitting at a picnic table in Centennial Park. We were chatting about all kinds of things when she asked me if I was a member at Congregation Beth Tikvah. And I said that I was. And she asked, why pay to be a member when you can attend services for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur? And this was my answer. I was in Saint Laurent last week visiting a splash pad with my husband and my children. I hadn't been to the area in quite a few years. I happened to drive by the Talmud Torah and Herzliya building that was vacant and shut down, and I can't explain the visceral reaction that occurred. I felt sick that a place that once taught Jewish children about their culture, their history, and their language was closed. At that time, it was empty, abandoned, deemed not important enough. I remembered again how special I felt because I was Jewish, and how my education only enhanced that spirit. I asked my friend how she would feel if the building on the corner of West Park and Roger Pilon was boarded up, if we deemed it not important enough, especially at a time when there's a rise in anti-Semitism and insecurity all over the world. What would it say about our community if we could not support our synagogue? She said she never really looked at it that way, and I told her that most people don't. But we should. We need to. It's hard though. But I need to share something with you that I really believe in. Life is hard. Studying is hard. Work is hard. Good parenting is hard. Friendship is hard. Marriage is hard. Staying healthy is hard. Volunteering is hard, because life is hard. But when hard things are done well, when we accomplish difficult tasks, when we reach challenging goals, we feel great, accomplished, proud. When we're patient with our children, when we complete an intensive workout, when we have a productive workday, when we help a friend in need, and when we treat our partners with kindness, when we push aside a pile of files on our desks and leave our children at bedtime to volunteer at shul, we feel amazing. The important things are hard, but they are amazing. Being a part of a community is sometimes hard too. It's not easy to always show up, support the causes, and contribute both time and money to the organizations that are asking, and oh boy, do they ask. But it always brings me back to that day, driving by the old Herzliya building where my husband graduated from in 1988. Now, it's actually Ecole JMC, a private Muslim school. It is the building that shows the strength and the resilience of that community. This building, the building of Congregation Beth Tikvah, the one on the corner of Hope Drive, West Park, and Roger Pilon. It shows our strength, our resilience. It tells the world that we are here and we are united. In times of Middle East conflict, anti-Semitism, and even a pandemic, we are here. The pandemic has reminded me once again about what is important: my health, my mother, my father, my brother, my husband, my 3 daughters, my friends, my family, and my community. I am so blessed to have a supportive family who've been by my side my entire life. I have friends that feel like my family, and I have a community that feel like my friends. So this is me, this is my message, this is my passion, and this is Congregation Beth Tikvah. It was so nice to share my story with you, and I really look forward to hearing all of yours. Thank you so much.